Hi, scholars. So we're going to take a look at translations because I think there was a little bit of confusion yesterday. I know that Pear Deck started to get really complicated and you saw this notation and it was like, ugh. So let's break this down. A translation just means that we are going to take a shape. It could be a triangle, it could be a square, it could be a pentagon, any sort of polygon with vertices, and we're going to move it around the coordinate plane. It's either going to go left or right or up or down. Those are the only ways we're moving. This is called a rigid motion. So when you see this craziness here, you see this T, and then there's some numbers here. Whoops. Okay, there's some, I've turned on, this pen is not, okay, great. And then that's just saying what the transformation is. Well, what shape are we going to transform? That's what goes in the parentheses. Okay, we're transforming triangle QRS. And then once we do that, it's going to be equal, congruent to triangle Q prime, R prime, S prime. That's going to be our image. So remember, this first one, this is called the pre-image. Remember, pre means before. And then the one we translate will be the image. So the only tricky part is saying, okay, well, what do these numbers here with the translation, what do they mean? Well, the first number tells you, okay, where am I moving on the x-axis? Am I going left or right? So this has to do with the x-axis. And then this 4, that has to do with up or down, the y-axis. Just like in a coordinate pair, remember we write a coordinate pair x comma y. So this first number here, the 3, is going to move us along the x-axis, and the 4 is going to move along the y-axis. Now, you could do all that business where you find the coordinates, say, okay, well, I see point R, I know point R is at -2, 3, and what I can do is I can add 3 to my x coordinate and then subtract 4 to my y coordinate, and I get this new thing. 1, -1. That's going to be my R prime, right? We can do that. But if you're like, I hate this method, there's a little cheat code I'm going to show you, and it's very similar to that thing we were doing on IXL called follow directions on a coordinate plane. So remember, our translation here tells us a positive number 3 says we are moving right on the x-axis, and a -4 tells me I am moving down on the y-axis. So if you are in a situation where, say, you're taking a test or something and you cannot remember this whole translation formula, you are going to put your cursor on a dot, a point, nay, a vertex, and translate. So remember, we said we're going to go 3, and I'll get a different color for this. We're going to go 3 to the right. So we take Q and we go 1, 2, 3. Then we have to go down 4. So we go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. That's Q prime right there, baby. Okay? Simple. We just do that with the rest of them. So R, I'll get another color for R. How about red? Red's nice. Start at R. We're going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoop, and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Okay? Oops, let's label that as point R, R prime. And then we'll get a pinkish purple here. I don't know. So now S is our last coordinate. Remember, we can just start there. Our transformation says we're going to go right 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've drawn all over my image, and it isn't the most beautiful thing. That's going to be S prime. When we put them all together, hopefully it will look just like, now this will depend very much on my drawing skills with this tablet here. Oh, yep, see, not great, but it will look just like our other triangle because they are congruent. Congruent means the same. So that means that the length Q to R is the same and Q prime to R prime. So if you find yourself lost, just do this little trick to move your shape around the coordinate plane, and that's all that translations are. You're just moving left or right or up or down.